Thanks for tuning in. Today we're replacing the filters in our water filter for our pool. I'm going to be utilizing the Pleco Pure Water Company filters, and we're replacing the Jandy water filters. I'm going to unbox these in the garage since it is currently raining and I don't want to be outside the entire time as I'm replacing this. So to try to stay dry a little bit longer, I'm going to unbox them in here. They did get delivered by FedEx. It did take them about a week to come in from Amazon, and that's also being a Prime member. There's no foam packing, it's just cardboard box with a divider in the middle. And then you have your 4 pleated and banded filters from Pleco. They do have plastic around the outside that will come off. So we'll remove this real quick from each one of them. Now what had happened with our old filters, we had them probably 8-10 years. Inside the bands break and then they tear within the pleats, and then as you're pumping or filtering your water from your pool, all the dirt just comes right back into the pool. Hopefully this will solve my problem. To let you know exactly, this is the model number PJAM145, and it's replacing the Jandy CL 580 series. So now that I got these unpacked and the plastic off, I'm going to go outside and get set up, and we'll show you how to change them out of the filter. Okay, I'm out here in the rain. I'm going to change out. I have the filters staged right here, all 4 canisters. This is our pool filter. So I'm going to remove the top of this, take out the old ones, and put the new ones in. I'm going to try to make this a fairly quick process because it is raining and I have heard thunder, which is not the smartest thing to be out here. But the first thing you have to do is turn off the power to the pump. After you killed the power, you want to relieve the pressure. You loosen the pressure valve at the top. And after you do that for a moment, at the bottom there is a plug that you need to completely remove so the water will drain out of it. Normally this will run with approximately 10 to 13 psi. Once you get between 8 and 9, that's normally an indication that your filters need to be cleaned. Most of the time you can just take them out, hose them off, put them back in, and you're good to go. Since I've already done that and the PSI dropped within the hour, and I visually inspected them, I saw that they were torn up, so I had to order new ones. I did keep the pump running while I was waiting for the new ones to come in. I need to let this drain off a little bit more from the air pressure. Or I need to let the air out, I should say. I'll speed the video up during this process so you don't have to wait so long. After the pressure has been decreased and the PSI is down to 0, I would still let it drain off for a little while longer just to make sure as you're removing everything there's no kickback from the pressure. Once you hear the gurgling inside, which I know you probably can't hear because of the rain, that's a good indication that the pressure is dropped to a safe level. So I'm going to go ahead and continue and loosen the bottom drain plug. Drain plug's been removed. I'm going to set it to the side so I don't lose it. Next thing we're going to do is loosen the band around the side. After this drains off for a few seconds, I'm now going to start loosening the band around the side. Got the bolt off. Open the band completely up and remove it over the top. The top should lift straight up. You have your manifold that sits on top, and it should lift straight up. And you can see that the manifold filter is nasty. I'm going to hose that off before I put it back. But make sure you don't lose any of the parts off of this. It's just your filter and the top cap. You're going to lift these nasty things up and put them to the side. You can see where the bands have broken. You can see it's quite nasty. Next thing I'm going to do is take a water hose and we'll rinse out the inside a little bit. I'm going to rinse off the manifold filter. That's the way it should look. Clean. I'm going to put the new filters in. And they just sit straight in there. It's not that complicated. There's just a flat string on the bottom. They will obviously tilt out as you put them in. And as we put the manifold in place, put the tube down in the slot. You'll have to push these in so your manifold will fit on top of them. Square them up a little bit. Push your manifold down tight. Make sure your filtering tube is pointed inward. Make sure your gasket is properly placed, that you didn't pull it off as you took off the top. And we're going to set the top back on. Make sure you come straight down on it. I'm going to start the plug at the bottom. This is your drain plug. I'm putting it back in. Make sure it's snug, but do not over tighten. Put the harness back around. Make sure you're even all the way around. Put the locking nut back on. Once again, you want this snug, but do not over tighten. As you kick this on, it could start leaking around your seal. That means you need to tighten this up just a little bit more. It's starting to rain a little harder, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to tighten this up. You tighten up your pressure valve, but you're going to leave it open a little bit because as you turn the pool back on, the air needs to come up out of the tank as it's filling with water. Once your air stops and water starts coming out of your pressure valve, that's when you want to turn it off.